What if I tell you that your greatest enemy is not your circumstances but your own wandering mind? Imagine you have a treasure, a single drop of pure focus. But as you try to carry it, the world around you shakes the cup, the breeze blows cold drafts, children laugh, birds chirp and you spill the drop before you even know. If you've ever sat down to do something important, study, write, practice only to find your mind darting off into social media, random thoughts, or worries. You're not alone. That, right there, is the battlefield all of us must fight. Today, I will share with you a short story less than 5 minutes long that demonstrates one of the most powerful truths about mental mastery. Then we'll dive deep. You'll see how to convert that story into your personal roadmap to focus, clarity, and results. Stick with me until the end because what you learn here might just transform how you live every day. In a quiet village lived a boy named Kabir. He was bright, curious, and full of promise. But he had a secret obstacle, a mind that would never stay still. One moment, he would be reading a page. The next, his mind would wander to a game, a social feed, or a friend's message. He'd start with pure intentions but soon drift away. Nothing felt satisfying enough to keep him grounded. His father often lamented, "My son, your mind is like a wild stallion. If you don't tame it, it will run you off a cliff instead of taking you somewhere meaningful." But Kabir, like many of us, heard the words but didn't internalize them. Then came a day when Kabir's father led him to a revered teacher, a man known simply as Guruji. This sage had helped many youths harness their inner power. As they arrived in the garden, Guruji greeted them with a gentle smile. He handed Kabir a simple glass half filled with water and gave him a task: walk through the garden without spilling a drop. Kabir, though puzzled, accepted. He took the glass carefully, walked slowly. But as soon as leaves rustled, wind whispered, birds cawed, distant laughter echoed, he shifted his gaze, lost balance, and water sloshed. By the time he returned, the glass was nearly half empty. Guruji asked, "Why did you spill so much?" Kabir replied, "I got distracted." Guruji nodded knowingly and said, "This glass is like your goal, the water inside your attention, the garden around you, the endless distractions of life. Unless you learn to still your mind, even your greatest purpose will scatter like water spilled on stone." Let's unpack this symbolism. Glass equals your goal, dream. It's the container, fragile, limited, precious. You can't enlarge it endlessly, you must protect it. Water equals your focus, attention. This is what you pour into your goals. It's fluid, easily scattered, requiring gentle but steady containment. Distractions equals external noise, internal chaos. The swirling leaves, children's laughter, the wind, they are analogous to emails, social media pings, inner doubts, fears, and random urges. The lesson: if your attention is fragile and you let every stimulus pull it away, your goal will suffer. You'll inch forward sometimes, but overall, you'll leak effort. And so, Kabir's journey begins not through a flashy miracle, but through a daily practice, small, consistent, intentional. Kabir didn't wake up one morning with perfect discipline. He began with baby steps. He fixed a wake-up time and honored it every single day, even on weekends. He instituted phone boundaries, no aimless scrolling during study hours. He practiced meditation, even if just 5 minutes, to watch his thoughts without following them. He approached each task reading, writing, practicing as though holding a fragile glass, gently steadying his attention. At first, the mind rebelled. It would fling itself to past regrets or future fantasies. But Kabir learned to gently return, like resetting a wandering horse. Over weeks and months, something shifted. His mind grew steadier, his memory sharpened, his schoolwork improved. He began to feel more present in each moment. After a year or so, a major national competition was announced, one that required solving tough, unfamiliar problems under time constraints. Many students cracked under pressure, glancing around, second-guessing, panicking. Kabir, though nervous, rooted himself, one question at a time. He treated each problem like a drop of water in his glass. He breathed, slowed his mind, and focused wholly on the current step. While others lost time switching tasks or obsessing about missed parts, Kabir's focus held firm. He advanced steadily. When results came, he had won. The crowd cheered, his father wept, Guruji nodded with calm pride. Kabir had proven, a disciplined mind is stronger than raw talent, external luck, or scattered brilliance. You might be asking, that's a nice old tale, but what does it have to do with me, right here, in 2025? Everything. In fact, The challenge is more severe now. Distractions have multiplied. Our phones, apps, endless content, algorithmic hooks, they all tug at your attention. If Kabir's struggle was with leaves rustling, ours is with global notifications, news cycles, dopamine hits, mental noise. Yet the same principle holds. If you don't discipline your mind, you will be taken everywhere, but nowhere meaningful. Let me share a few realities. The average person's attention span is shorter than ever. Productivity gurus talk about deep work and monotasking precisely because focus is rare. Neuroscience shows that neural pathways get strengthened through repetition, so every time you resist distraction and return focus, you build a stronger attention muscle. So Kabir's method is not a quaint parable, it's a blueprint. Let's design your own glass of water blueprint. Here are concrete steps to train your mind, adapted for you in real-world life. Step 1. Choose your glass, your goal. Decide what you truly want to focus on. It might be writing a book, mastering a skill, launching a project, cultivating deeper relationships. Without clarity, attention leaks everywhere. Step 2. Define small focused tasks. Break your goal into microtasks small enough that your attention can hold them without strain. For instance, instead of write book, try write 200 words. Instead of learn guitar, try practice one chord for 5 minutes. This is your glass capacity. Don't overfill early. Step 3. Remove or dampen distractions. Create focus zones or time blocks where distractions are minimal. Silent notifications or airplane mode. Clean workspace. Time blocking, for example, 25-minute work, 5-minute break. These controls quiet the garden so your mind doesn't leak attention. Step 4. Mind training, meditation, mindfulness, reflection. Just like going to the gym, train the mind daily. Even 5 minutes of observing your thoughts without following them is powerful. When you catch yourself drifting, gently bring your attention back. Over time, you'll build the ability to maintain focus longer. Step 5. Refocus rituals. When the mind drifts, you need a ritual to return to focus. Pause, take a breath, notice where your attention wandered. Gently guide it back to the task. You can even have a physical anchor, touch a desk corner, take a sip of water. Treat this as attention first aid. Step 6. Review and adjust. At day's end or week's end, reflect. When did my mind stray and why? Which tasks were hardest to hold focus on? Did my rituals help? What small adjustments can I make tomorrow? This builds feedback loops and strengthens the discipline. Step 7. Gradually increase challenge. Once your mind holds well for 20 minutes, stretch to 30, then 45, then 60. Add a new glass or new goal, but don't overload. Your mind is stronger when you scale carefully. Let me give you too many stories that mirror Kabir's path, though in modern settings. Case Sarah, the writer. Sarah wanted to write a novel. She kept getting sidetracked by social media scrolls. She chose write 300 words daily, locked her phone in another room, meditated before writing, and used a ritual. When she drifted, she'd close her eyes, breathe, and come back. Within 3 months, she finished a first draft. Case B. Min, the programmer. Min wanted to learn a new programming language. He started with 15 minutes a day, coding without checking forums or email. When distraction came, he paused, wrote down the impulse check forum on a sticky note, and returned. Over time, his sessions became 1 hour plus, and his progress soared. Each of them, just like Kabir, didn't wait for perfect conditions. They built systems to protect their attention and retrain their mind. When your mind begins to settle, something magical happens. You enter flow states more easily. You become present in relationships. You hear inner wisdom rather than noise. You perform with consistency, not in bursts. You align with deeper purpose instead of chasing urgencies. You don't become a robot or lose spontaneity. Rather, you choose where your attention goes instead of letting it be hijacked. This changes not only your productivity, but your inner peace. You begin to master the art of intention over reaction. So let's recap. Your mind is like a wild horse, left unchecked. It carries you off course. The glass and water metaphor shows how fragile focus is, and how easily distractions drain it. Through small, daily practices, setting tiny goals, removing distractions, training your attention, you can build a steady, powerful mind. Over time, that disciplined mind will outperform raw talent in nearly every arena of life. Now here's what you must do next. 1. Choose one goal to serve as your glass. 2. Define one micro task you can focus on. 3. Remove your biggest distraction for that time block. 4. Meditate or pause to practice settling your mind. 5. When drifting happens, and it will, gently bring back. 6. Reflect at day's end. 7. Repeat every single day. You may not see miracles overnight, but a year from now, you'll be astonished that this simple ritual changed your life. Let me leave you with this: whatever your ambition, you have one tool: your mind. It will either be your greatest ally or your worst saboteur. Choose today to train it. Begin with humility. Begin with consistency. Begin where you are. And bit by bit, the wandering mind becomes your most powerful force. Your lesson: discipline your mind, and the rest will follow.